Hello students, welcome to Sir of Source classes. In this video, I am going to discuss with you the types of data that are used in quantitative economics. As you know, in case of quantitative economics, we use econometrics a lot. So mainly we will be discussing the types of data which are required to actually perform the econometrics function. So now we will be talking about time series data first. Time series data. As you see, it's clear from the name that it's a period based data, that is, it gives information about some values of variables from period to period and collected over time. So firstly, it is collected over time, gives value of variable, from period to period, and C will be an example. Let me show you an example. The data. So example will be like data during the years 1990 to 2010 for monthly income, and this is a time series data, monthly income. This is example of a time series data. Now I'll be talking about cross-section data. Cross-section data. This is also an important type of data for econometrics. Cross-section data. Cross-section data gives us information about variables concerning individual at a given point of time. For example, the expenditure on various commodities of a family. Here we are actually taking the data for different commodities, and as we are taking individual commodity as a measurement, so this is of course a cross-section data. Now there will be panel data. So what is panel data? Panel data are the data that are repeated from survey of a single in different period of time. So panel data are those data from repeated survey of a single sample, which is of course cross-sectional data. Single sample, which are of course cross-sectional data in different period of times. Now I will be talking about the last kind of data, which is dummy variable data. It is dummy variable data. So let's see what is dummy variable data. So dummy variable data are basically for the times when the variables are qualitative in nature. When the variables are qualitative in nature. Let me add a page. When the variables are qualitative in nature, then the data is recorded from in form of indicator function. So here the values of variables do not reflect the magnitude of data. They only reflect like the presence or absence of a characteristics. They reflect presence or absence of a characteristics. For example, religion, sex, taste, etc. Now I'll be talking about econometrics and regression analysis. Econometrics and regression analysis. So what are econometrics and regression analysis? We'll be discussing it now. Well, it is a very important role of econometrics to provide tools for modeling on the basis of given data. Tools of modeling on basis of given data. Regression analysis is a very important technique in this. Basis of data. Regression analysis is a very important technique in this. So there are a few steps in case of regression analysis. What are those? Number one is statement of problem under consideration. Then choice of relevant variables. Point number 3 will be collection of data on relevant variables. Then there will be specification of model. Number 5 will be choice of method for fitting the data. Next will be fitting of model. 7 is model validation and criticism. Number 8 is using the chosen model for the solution of proposed problem. Now we are going to talk about official statistics. So first there will be some introduction on official statistics. Official statistics are basically those data which are collected which are collected by the government departments in their course of work. And unofficial statistics are from independent organizations. However, those who work with official statistics not only compile the data, they also work at how to measure concepts and conditions. Now I'll be talking about methods of collection of official statistics. Methods of collection of official statistics. First, there will be census method. Number 1, census method. What is census method? When the investigator collects data himself, then the data is called primary data. The census data are said to be primary data. And when a survey covers 100% of population, then it is called census method. So we can say that in this census method, we are actually covering each and every item or unit which constituting the entire population. Now, the main topics which are covered in census are demographic and social characteristics. Second is educational characteristics. Geographical or migration characteristics. Economic characteristics. And finally, vital statistics. The final point is vital statistics. There are some methods of collection of data. That is, let me tell you about the other methods of data collection. Those other methods are administrative records and MIS. 1. Administrative records or MIS. Service delivery. Economic transactions with the government. transactions with government, legislative requirement, remote sensing, and finally participatory methods. Well, thank you for watching the video. Hope this helped you solving your queries on official statistics and help you gather more knowledge about it. This will be very helpful for your MSc entrances and other purposes too. It can also brush your concepts up. So thank you for watching the video. You can watch more of the videos on official statistics in our next sessions. Thank you. Keep checking.